Hey, what is going on, everybody? This is Kins and Crease here, and I am bringing you DC Universe, the first look, for MMO Showcase on MRE Gamers TV. This week, I am going to be playing as a male. Not this week, but, now I will be showing you it as a male with the Striker Medium build. There's technically 9 body types, but really it's only 3 with large, medium, and small added on. You have Brute, Striker, and Sprite. You can customize your outfit completely, and you have feet, legs, belt, chest, hands, face, helmet, cape, or back, And this is pretty much, right now, what I'm doing is the easy way of doing it. And that is just flat out inspired by. Now, they have 2 for each, power type, technically. Some of them have more, some of them don't. But I know on the DLC for sure there is 2 per each power type, 1 for DPS and 1 for controlling. And I actually go with the light power set because my inspired by is Sinestro. With that said, I'm going to my costume, I'm going to my body, and I'm going to my hair. But here is all of the different things you can customize. And we're going to give myself a mohawk. Why? Because I think that looks too boring the way it does. Or the reason why I did not sit here and customize my character from scratch is flat out, it would have been longer than 15 minutes. When I customize it usually takes me about an hour to finally decide what I want. Then another 20 minutes to finally decide what colors I want. And another 10 minutes to find out what my name is. And, I was bored, so I picked O-Snap. Couldn't do it, so I'm put MRE O-Snap. Or O-Snap MRE. And now, with all the, movies, that's another thing that would have thrown it over 15 minutes, because the intro movie alone is like, I think 10. So, it's a very good story. After each little mission that you do, after you complete it all the way, you'll get a cutscene at the end, which gives you a little story of who you fought. And this one this is the tutorial. The tutorial is exactly the same for both hero and villain. The only difference is the person talking to you, and throughout the mission, and who helps you at the end. That is the only difference. For villains, you get Luther. For heroes, you get Superman. With that being said, I am using Brawling with the light power. Light power is pretty much Green Lanterns, or Yellow Lanterns, or any of the lanterns, but they only have green and yellow that you can play as. And, I hate to say this, but I've done this many of times, but I'm here once again showing you guys who either A, haven't played this before or never thought about playing this. This game is one of my favorite MMOs right now. And it's probably closely followed behind Star Trek Online, mainly because I can fly in space. And, I like Star Trek. So, but with this one, this is an action-oriented MMO. Unlike what they were saying with Terra, how that was the first one that did it. This came out 2 years before Terra, and it's more action-oriented, mainly because you can only have 6 powers on your task bar, ability bar, whatever you want to call it. That bar at the bottom that has those circles with the line going through it. You can only have 6, and you'll have 1 for your accessory, the thing that gives you either some kind of power-up or something, or, can help you break out of a hold. And then you'll have your healing item, or your usable item. That is what you get whenever you start playing and level up more. What you'll see in this video is only the very first ability that you get, and the very first power, or not a power, but brawling option that you get. Now you can hold down and start with the controller, or you can hit the little key buttons. I've been finding that will start is easier to do. And this right here is the tree for support. This is the tree for iconic powers. And, well, the one I put my first power in, which is Claws, is the power for, or the skill tree for Assault. One thing with the Green Lanterns that is totally different from all the other powers. Well, then, actually, whenever you go through this, you'll get equipment in the same spots. So right after that first giant, whatever the thing is, brainiac machine, you'll come down that little hallway, you'll get your chest piece and your, I think, arms or wrist, and you'll get your first healing items. But with the Green Lanterns, the cool thing is that your powers chain together. Now, you might be saying, well, you're a Yellow Lantern. Well, at the same time, you know what? Their power sets are exactly the same. So, you know, I just call it Green Lantern because that's what the DLC was all about, was the Green Lanterns. They added some stuff with the Green Lanterns. I'm not totally for sure what got added with it and what didn't, besides just the power set. Because I've been playing the game since launch, and everything gets blurred together. That's all I'm going to say. It just gets blurred together with new DLC. I know with the Earth DLC, and I think the Last Laugh, there's stuff that I know that got added, because I made sure I checked. But with the Green Lantern, I think it was just a power. Now, the powers are pretty cool with the Green Lantern. You got claws, you have rams, you have trains, you have whips, you have drills, you have a jet that you can call in for an airstrike, you have a helicopter. Trying to think what else there is. You have a beam of light that you can hold on somebody that hurts them and then does like debuff to them. And right there you just saw I got some boots and I get lost. In a room with only 4 walls, I get lost, which is the funny part. But here is some of the things you get to do throughout the game. There are little things in your missions that you have to activate, and that does something for your game, or for your mission. Now, this mission you have to do it, and other missions you don't have to. There's one that if you're with the Joker or you're doing something for Batman, you can activate these bombs that the Jokers have, or that Joker has, and with that, you can actually blow up either cops if you're with Joker, or Joker goons if you're with Batman, or pretty much heroes or villains. Because let's just say you can pretty much do almost every mission in this game, but I think the final missions are the ones that you can't do with. What is it? Can't do the final missions, I think it is, with each side. But at the same time, I think they might be the instances. I haven't really looked into the final missions for Luthor. I'm still working on Superman. And let's see, I did Joker, I did Batman. Those two were exactly the same. Pretty much Luthor, Sorcery, Superman, and Wonder Woman I have not done yet. I am working on Luthor and I am working on Superman currently. Now, as you just saw, I leveled up again. All the buttons on here are telling me what to do for, well, the Xbox controller. And that is the skill tree right there for flight. These are all the weapons. We have Brawling, bow, dual pistols. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to name all that. I'll write it out for you guys in the description. There's a lot of weapons now. One that you will not have if you do not buy the DLC, The Last Laugh, will be the shield. The powers you will not have if you just download the game and not buy any DLC will be light, lightning, and earth. I would suggest getting them because there's new missions and whatnot throughout the worlds for it. There's also PvP stuff in The Last Laugh. The Earth DLC has new instances that you can go to, or alerts as they're called. So, you know, it's worth buying them. I would highly suggest it. But at the same time, if they still have it, you can get the lifetime, I think, for $200, which is what I bought right at launch. So when the game went free to play, I had nothing to worry about. And I will say this, Brawling, is probably one of the most broke, not really broke, but well-rounded weapon types. Because you can pretty much take a beating and not get killed. Now, that's why majority of the Inspired By either has Brawling or Martial Arts. There's a couple of them that have rifles and bows, or dual wield for Nightwing. So, you know, you can pretty much make up any DC hero in this game, and you'll pretty much figure out why either A, that power type's horrible, that weapon's horrible, or that power type's awesome, or that weapon type's horrible. Or awesome, I mean. I already said horrible. But with that said, you know, it's pretty cool. I will say my favorite power type right now, I've fallen in love with Ice a lot, but Lightning I'm starting to like more. Anyway, I am in the healing role for it, and I still think if you know what you're doing, you can heal just as much with Lightning. Well, that's a different story. The game itself is really easy to get used to. Once you get used to it, it's just like, wow. And you catch on really quickly because they hand feed you where everything is. They'll tell you on a map, or where on the map to go. They'll tell you where in that area on the map that you have to do your, well, mission, where to find your missions and whatnot. Now, some people are like, well, that's too easy. Well, I've played MMOs where you literally have to sit there and read the entire, like, 2.5 pages of text just to find out what you have to do, because they don't highlight it all. This game tells you exactly what you need to do. Like right now, it tells me to destroy these power couplings, and they have a little lightning bolt over it. Anything that you have to destroy or interact with will have a symbol over it. Anything you have to collect, it'll just tell you the area to go, and you just beat people up in that area, and you'll get what you need. It'll tell you exactly who to beat up for it. And right now we are fighting the boss for Brainiac's little holding area. The boss is, well, if you're using Brawling, you can just sit there and beat the living crap out of him. If you're using the other, well, weapon types, you would have to, like right here, that little skull over his head means just block and dodge. Whenever he shoots those 4 or 5 balls of energy at you, like that one right there, you're supposed to dodge. But again, as Brawling, you don't have to really worry about that. And as soon as you get out of combat completely, your life refills super quickly. Your energy, which is the blue bar, doesn't really fill that much. Your life is, well, the green bar. There is Luther in his power suit. This is the fun part. This is the end of the tutorial, and, well, only thing you have to do is fight people. And fight people. And Luther pretty much kills him in one hit before you even get close to him. Superman uses his laser beams constantly, or his eye beams, and just murders everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. And Luther seems like he's doing the exact same thing, but the difference is he has hand blasters. And what those are is pretty much Brawling with a range of stuff mixed in with it. Those are one of my other favorite weapon types. I don't use them nearly as enough, but they give you a good variety of melee and range combat. As you see, he's able to hit people with beams. You're able to like make this ball, throw it up in the air, and throw it at a group of people. So overall, the game has a lot of different combat types, and well, a lot of different power types now too. If you like heavy action-oriented games, this is a free-to-play game. You do have to pay for the DLC or pay monthly constantly to get it. Now, I would suggest Lifetime on this game because this game does have a lot to offer. If you guys can't afford Lifetime, then free to play it. I know a couple people that play it non-stop on free to play, but I do like the DLC, and I would say it is worth the money. So with that said, this is Kinson Crease saying, definitely check out this game. Peace out, everybody. Don't forget to like, favorite, share, and comment.
You did it. Lex will shut down the rest. I've hacked the teleporters.